What is going on? Welcome back to another late night heavy pour, heavy takes episode. On the bottom of the screen there, 1/3 of the Border Rebels podcast. T, what's going on, my guy?
How are y'all? I'm on a work trip up in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So went for a
You
little.
look beautiful. I saw the
Yeah.
pictures.
I'm jealous.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Jealous.
nice. It's nice. It's nice out here. So I'll be stuck in conferences and all that for the next couple of days. So figured I might as well enjoy it today while I could.
We're also joining you, current staple of the show, Hammer. How you doing? Welcome back.
Our guy.
Your
you,
guy.
Good to,
Your guy.
Oh he's our guy.
Hey, Hammer's good people.
We
That's
all
right.
claim Hammer. Sorry, you're
That's
stuck
right.
with him now.
It's all or nothing.
Nah,
Either
love
you
having
either
Hammer.
love all
Absolutely.
this or none of it, Rando.
I love it all. I love it all. But I think you got win. We'll see how much I love it through basketball season. I get a little sensitive. Get a little sensitive in basketball season. All right.
It doesn't sound like
But
me.
but the top half, the better half of the show, the all UK ball section of the show.
Oof.
You mean Selena?
Selena.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to
Yeah.
Selena.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. I have a weekend off from band this weekend, guys.
Well, shout out to the band with taking third at like states or something this weekend.
So
What was
yeah,
that?
so they had the last race in the comp. They won their
Statewide.
class. They won their class and then got third overall. So yay! And then
That's awesome.
next weekend we start KMEA quarterfinals next weekend. So
I'm not quite sure what that means, but it sounds like a big deal.
Sounds
very
like a
long
big
day.
deal.
Again. Big deal, very long day. If they place top 6, they go to semis the following weekend at Western Kentucky. So
We know you don't get it, Rando, because anything past the first round is out of your realm.
That's Louisville, okay? We got to the Sweet 16. Louisville can't get out of the first round.
AB ain't here for us to pick on him yet. Hold on, y'all.
Oh, he's always available to get picked on. He chose to be a Louisville fan.
Did he though?
Why would you do that?
Are we? That's where his family's from. Like, I
But
don't know
he's
that you
got
really-
he's got one half that's correct, that's Kentucky fans, and he's got the other half that's incorrect, that's Louisville fans. He could have gone one way or the other.
And
I
that
think-
means he
I
didn't
think-
make a choice.
I think Louisville was thrust upon him, and he readily accepted it.
Well,
He is a
Maybe.
UK football fan.
Vic is slinging the shots already.
Uh,
The game.
hey. Coach Evans, where did you drive to Cheyenne from? All the way from Lexington? That'd be a long.
Man,
that'd be
that's
a long
a
drive.
yeah, he's out there, Owensboro area, but it's still a long drive.
I don't know where Owensboro is.
That's Johnny Depp country, isn't it?
It's
Owensboro.
you kind of
John Depp from Owensboro?
left your side of the state.
I didn't
Who
know
is that? Who is?
Johnny Depp.
Lefter side is
Yeah.
West Kentucky.
Yeah, over yonder on that side. He's got a lot of Louisville fans where he's at, I believe.
Lefter side.
Yeah. Have you seen the commercials for that that Chad Powers show on Prime?
Yeah, one of the guys I talked to on Twitter a lot, he says it's pretty decent, so I'm gonna have to check it out.
When they asked him where he was from in West Virginia, he was like the westest part of West Virginia.
The westest of West Virginia.
Oh, well, where do we start? We got some football on right now. Actually, pretty good game. Jackson Dart. I saw that he got hurt. Is he back in the game? Do we know?
Hey, shout out 102.7 the game.
Yes.
That's right. Coach Evans and Johnny Depp are from Owensboro. So
There we go. The western
all you need to
side.
know, Rando, about
Yeah.
that.
I didn't know if that
Write
was
it down.
on the Jeopardy that I did with the State Line Co podcast. I wouldn't have got it right. That being said, I did win Jeopardy. So not big dummy compared to at least who I was playing against.
You'll say a lot for them.
Don't be rude, old Cody. No, that was a fun show. I did learn some things. The state animal is a gray squirrel, which I feel like we have to change. Did not know that was.
Hold on. Kentucky state animals are gray squirrel?
Yes.
Who decided that? Daniel Boone?
I figured. I mean, unbridled spirit, thoroughbreds on the sign. I was like, it's got to be a horse. Like, that's got to be what it is. It is not. We picked gray squirrel. But you know how many U.S. presidents came from the state of Kentucky?
Abe Lincoln did.
Are you counting Abe Lincoln, even though he's from Illinois?
No, he was born in Kentucky. That counts.
Yeah. So there was 3. I don't remember the names, but there were 3, which I didn't know. I did
He's
not
like,
know.
hey guys, you know the presidents? I don't know their names, but there were 3
Yeah,
of them.
it was on there. I didn't quite know their names. I did get the question right of when did Kentucky become a state, and only got that right because I have a couple bourbon bottles of 1792 in my cupboard over there. So they tell you drinking's bad for you until it's not, and you win a trivia game because of it.
There you go.
Never mind.
It's all led up to that one moment.
Yes.
I have bourbon to give away.
There's some great life advice for you kids out there watching.
When you're 21.
Bourbon raffle or something? I have bourbon to give away.
You have bourbon to give away?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know someone who will take it from you.
I have Angel's Envy, Double Oak, Smoke Wagon.
You're trying to give away some good stuff. Just hold on to that for, whatever special occasion or something.
I don't drink bourbon.
I do.
I know you do. I don't.
Well, very well. I'm actually very good at it. It's one of the
You're expert drinking bourbon, huh?
Yeah. I will if you don't tell anybody.
Connoisseur, yeah.
Secret's safe with everybody watching, I promise.
All right, so we got Tennessee, Arkansas in Neyland. Is it a night game or afternoon game?
Nah, 3:15 East kick or 4:15 East kick. Sorry.
Yeah,
okay.
that's that purgatory start time right there.
Yeah, it's the devil. Horrible.
We got
horrible
was Arkansas on a bye this week?
They were.
So old Bobby got a full kind of extra week to kind of get his game plan, assemble his staff since he fired dang near the entire defense.
Hold on. Didn't it like 5 people from Arkansas, I thought?
I'm sorry?
I thought they fired people from Arkansas, but I forgot who it was.
Head coach out, and then Bobby Petrino, who was the OC.
He was the OC.
That's correct.
Now interim head coach. After one time being,
he was.
Old and he ripped the bike, right, with the cheerleader on the back.
Back on the staff as offensive coordinator, and now he is the interim.
You don't remember the picture? You don't remember the picture?
Yeah,
Look at that. Look at that stud muffin right there.
He was Arkansas there too, right?
He was having himself a good old time.
Petrino.
But I mentioned last show, jokingly mostly, about the new head coach pickup. And then you go and see UCLA, who hadn't led a minute all year, get a new coach and go beat Penn State, which, you got to go all the way over to the left coast. Time change. They probably didn't think it was going to be there. We definitely slept. And frankly,
other left.
Well, I'm mirrored. This is my left. I guess I do the thing. But dang, pick by purchase through a pick, long pick. But anyways, we get into it. Are you concerned? Had a week, or do you think the boys are ready? And it'll be this should be at home an absolute just beat down of Arkansas.
You know kind of my approach. You respect an SEC team for the fact that they are an SEC team. It should be a beatdown. Arkansas has a pretty prolific offense, honestly. But Pittman got fired because their defense is horrendous, and we have a very prolific offense. And I'll take our defense against their offense more than I would take their defense against our offense by a long shot. So I think it should be a pretty pretty comfortable win, but it could probably be a pretty high scoring comfortable win. But I think we should be okay without really giving any analysis there. But I think we should be all right.
Hammer, what you think?
Well, Tennessee has the number 6 total offense in college football right now.
Is that right?
That's right.
By points per game or yards or kind of all aggregate all together?
Total offense.
Okay.
So, yeah. Arkansas is number 8.
Oh,
So,
Wow, I didn't know that. That's wow.
That's what I said. They have a prolific offense.
yeah,
sure.
so both these offenses and defensively, Tennessee is probably a good 20-plus spots ahead of Arkansas. But obviously, both defenses have allowed some yards and points and stuff like that they do on defense they're not supposed to do. So this total, just to give you an idea from a Vegas perspective, this total's gone all the way up to, I think, 65 points now is what's expected in this game. And Tennessee was a 14.5-point favorite. They're now 12.5-point favorite. So some Arkansas money's come in, I think, just because of that 14.5. People think that 2 touchdowns. But I'll just be honest with you. I'm having a hard time believing that Petrino is going to fire his entire defensive staff, hire all new coaches, position coaches, coordinator, and put a defense on the field that's going to be capable of slowing down this Tennessee offense in a week and a half. I just don't think it's going to happen. And they've already made a comment about the noise level not being a big deal. And then one of their running backs shot his mouth off saying that there's a lot of holes on that defense. So just keep talking, Arkansas.
they're good at that. They talk a lot.
They are. And to some degree, rightfully so, because we haven't beat these jokers in a minute. And we choked the game away last year, just didn't play well at all. And as much as everybody would love to blame all that on the volleyball player, which he did cost us a shot. I mean, you got to put the ball in the air in that situation. But, we just didn't play well against them. And historically, we haven't played well against them. Go all the way back to the 98 season. It took a Clint Sterner fluke fumble, put the ball on the ground to win that game. We've had a 6 overtime game with these jokers. So they're just kind of been a thorn in our side. So we need to just go in there Saturday and beat the hell out of them by about 3 touchdowns and be done with it. And that's really what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to get ugly. I think Tennessee's going to jump on them early and often. There might be, I think the first half total in that game is like 30 and a half points. I think that goes over. Tennessee's team total's 40.5. I think that goes over.
Golly, that's wild.
I think Tennessee's just smoke them. It's going to be smoked hog served up Saturday night in Knoxville.
Yeah, what I like is we're multidimensional. So last year, I mean, Dylan Sampson still ended up being SEC Offensive Player of the Year, but you could hone in on our running game, stack the box with 8, force Nico to beat you, and Nico he wasn't ready to do that last year. We've talked about it. He's got all the physical ability and potential and all that, but he hadn't put it together yet. And he certainly did not last season with us. This year, Mississippi State is a prime example. They wanted to go ahead and stack the box against the run. Joey and Braswell and Staley and Matthews went crazy, right? So if you focus in on our run game, we've got the right quarterback for the system and the right receivers where you can air it out. If you decide that you're going to focus on our pass game, then we have a 3-headed monster in the backfield at running back that can beat you in the ground game. So I love how balanced we are, which I'm with Hammer. I honestly, I don't think even with the defensive staff from the beginning of the season still there, 2 weeks would have been enough to prepare them, much less trying to bring in a brand new staff. So go ahead. They can pick their poison, basically. That I would assume the easiest thing for them to do is try to take one thing away. But we got the tools needed to go ahead and hit them on the opposite side of that. So I think we'll be able to run the points up too.
And for the first time all season, we're fully healthy on the defensive line, and that's going to be a problem for their running game for Taylor Green. It's not gonna be an easy road for Arkansas.
That's a valid point too, because the running back, he was talking about the holes that we've had, and he wasn't wrong, but the health of who we had playing on the defensive line really mattered. And our pass defense has been so good because who has been healthy has been our pass rushers and not our run stuffers. Now that everybody's healthy, we have both the pass rushers and the run stuffers. So I don't think those holes that he has been seeing are going to be there as often as he is seeing on film and as he's expecting and hoping.
Yeah, he's going to be seeing ghosts about midway through the second quarter.
What you guys are missing a corner too, right? This game?
Missing two.
We're missing two still.
Two.
Yeah, Ricky Gibson and still McCoy, which McCoy was preseason All-American, first round pick, and Ricky Gibson was a bona fide starter on the other side. So it'll be Colton Hood, who has already moved himself up into first round draft pick projections.
Yeah, he's
and I've been on the Colton Hood train since the Syracuse game, and then Ty Redmond, who's been filling in for Ricky, and hey, he's a true freshman, but he's a dang big corner, and he's especially for a true freshman. He's like 6 foot 195 or something like that. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, Hammer, but he's just getting rep after rep after rep and better and better and better. He's got all the raw talent, and he's just getting all the reps needed to keep refining that. So yeah, I mean we're missing McCoy and Gibson, but I'm still comfortable with who we're putting out there.
Yeah, Hood is man, he's really elevated his game, the secondary. Turrentine, one of our safeties, is playing really well. And Redmond's, I mean, he's growing up. He got beat a couple times in the Georgia game, and I feel like that's just part of it. I mean, that you play on an island like that against this level of talent and competition, you're not going to be 100%. There's not a shut down corner in college football. So I think he's gotten valuable experience, and I don't think there's anything Arkansas is going to put in the air that is going to give our secondary fits. As long as we stay disciplined, we get pressure.
Yeah, you just can't let Green beat you with his legs, right?
Right. You got to get pressure on him in the pass game. You've got to contain him. Arian Carter, Jeremiah T-Lander, or Boo Carter, even the safeties coming up. I mean, they just got to keep everything in front of them. They can't let him they can't chase the back of his jersey. That's for sure.
Yeah, because he's not leaving the pocket looking to extend the pass play, right? He's leaving the pocket head down and running.
That's right.
But he's a hell of an athlete. So pop quiz, do you know who his OC was at Boise?
Bush
Hamden.
Yes.
Camden. That's right.
Bush Hamden.
Oh, Hamden. I'm sorry. Camden.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Doesn't matter. Whatever you call him.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to.
Whatever.
Trash is what you should call him. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be good. I agree with what you're saying. You're not going to be able to implement a scheme in a week that's going to stop the Tennessee Volunteer dynamic offense. I think the only thing that happens is you get an effort bump, like you get the kids that are out there that can potentially make individual plays, not necessarily scheme, individual plays that they weren't before, just because you got some new life in the program. And if you're a Tennessee fan, they're all hoping you're right hammer that you come out and smack them in the mouth early. The worst that you can do is let them hang around and feel like they're in the game at halftime, and all that trash talk that they've been saying for the last 2 weeks or so. Now it's like confidence. It's not just them running their gums. It's actually they feel like they're in this ball game. Yeah, I think if you go there with a bunch of drunk Tennessee fans that are ticked off at you for talking your mouth, it's going to be loud. It's going to be real loud, and it's going to affect that offense.
Yeah, the comment about the noise, that's enough to motivate the crowd. And then, Mike Keith, our play-by-play guy, confirmed that the team got word on the running back comment about a lot of holes on the defense. So,
Oh yeah, you got to hang that all over the locker room.
oh yeah,
You got to hang it
everybody's
all. Put
well aware.
every screen in there has got to be playing it. You got to make sure that they're seeing all that stuff, just to keep them pissed. But this is it's like T said, it's an SEC game. We've already seen some surprises this year. Speaking of which, I know Hammer feels a certain way about Vandy and Pavia. The Alabama game, I think, was closer than the final score was. Before we transition to our trash football team, I think Vandy is like, I mean, they are still Vandy, and it's fun to bash on them. I think that's a good football team, man. I really do. I think that's a good football team.
No, it is, and Poverty is playing with a pretty high level of confidence that has obviously kind of spilled over into, other guys. And I mean, they've got the right attitude, man. I mean, they go into every game thinking that they not only can but will win. So, as much as I've given him crap since the summer, I mean, you kind of have to respect it. You have to respect the result of him shooting off his mouth has been. And, up until, last week, they've been just steamrolling everybody. Granted, they hadn't played real high level of competition. And let's be honest, they beat South Carolina by 24, but Lenore Sellers didn't play most of that game. He got knocked out pretty early. So this was the first true test. And I mean, you're right. They had Bama fans a little nervous going into it and during the game. And now that Texas trip doesn't look so daunting as it did preseason. So who knows? I mean, this team could easily end up losing, 1-2 more games. It'd be crazy to see, but it's not totally out of the realm of possibility that Vanderbilt somehow sneaks their way into the playoff conversation.
It'll obviously depend on what the rest of the SEC does.
That's a weird sentence to hear.
Isn't it? Yeah. Peabody in playoffs, I mean, bowling, women's bowling, and baseball are the only two times they're ever even allowed to use those words in a sentence.
So here's what I said last week. What's up, Juice? I said that Pavia is good. He elevates his team, but he still has limitations, right? And I thought Alabama kind of exposed those limitations at the end. Like I feel like against them at the end of the game, he kind of reached the top of what he could do, and he didn't have anything left to elevate to get them over that hump that game. So he played well, had them competing, had them in contention for the win until the end, but it just he ran up on his ceiling is kind of what it looked like to me.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think, you don't turn the ball over twice within the 10-yard line. It's a different ball game. So he's got to be able to figure that out. But yeah, he's not a difference maker to the point of where you can be down 10, 14 in the fourth quarter and consistently go and win a ball game from that point. Like, hey, he can keep his team competitive in the ball game, and then you can win that sort of game. But coming back down, especially in a road environment like that, it's going to be tough. But I do think they're a good football team, and we talked about a couple of episodes ago. I think that seems to be in the transfer portal era. That seems to be the key to success, right? We've seen if you're going to bring a QB over and then attach his OC, he knows the scheme and and can come over, and now you're bringing that guy over with the same scheme but elevated talent, SEC talent. If you believe in what he did at the school he came from, keep him in the same system and then kind of mold it to what you got going on. Not what Kentucky did and bring in a brand new quarterback and a brand new OC and have to ask them to both elevate their game and figure out the scheme. That is a recipe for 4-win seasons.
Well, and the other thing too, when you talk about Peabody and transfer portal NIL, they're a private university, so they don't have to disclose any of their financials. These jokers could be spending $30-40 million on roster, and I mean, they don't have to tell anybody. So we don't know what they've done from an NIL perspective, but they've clearly, if you just look from last year to this year, how much more talent it appears they have on the field. I mean, I know Clark Lee's a good coach, but I mean, he ain't out here walking on water. So
yeah, you gotta have good talent.
I think some of these transfers and some of these guys they're bringing in, I think they're making some pretty good money. Just be honest about it.
No, I don't disagree.
How else is Peabody going to get that level of talent?
To Vandy, especially, right?
Well, T and Selena can attest to this. I've said since we started this podcast, going on 2 years now, Vandy has the ability to be very successful in the NIL era because, I mean, Nashville is, there's tons of money there, man. And the people that are tied to the university, and if you can work NIL deals there, I mean, that's the Vegas of the South out there. There is money to be had in Nashville. And if you've been there, it's a hell of a place to live. Like, I love Nashville. So like going there, you could sell the environment, you could all that stuff, business connections, and it's not just country music. I mean, it's everything is out there in Nashville. So
different Nashville than when I graduated high school, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Nashville was not popping like that when I was in school.
Yeah. But I mean, and I'm a little biased too. That's one of my favorite cities in the world. I love going out there. I've
never been there.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's expensive. Take a bunch of money with you because you will spend it. Or at least, I mean, if you don't partake in the alcohol, then maybe it's a little bit cheaper. But
I partake in alcohol, so it would not be cheaper.
We know.
We know. Yes. Yes, we know.
But yeah, I love it out there. So I agree with you, Hammer. Like they could be spending a bunch of money, and I don't think it shouldn't be hard for them to get the money if they have the right people and connections out there.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. I think somebody important in that chain actually cares about football because they just have it prior. And now I feel like, and and maybe it's the landscape has changed and they know they can compete under this structure of being able to pay athletes. The TV money, or revenue sharing, all that's secured. So, I mean, they got mountains of money, and they finally woke up the right person to say, "Hey, we can spend this on athletics, and we can be competitive in more than just one or two sports." And it looks like that may be the case.
Juice been coming for Kentucky. No worry, Juice. We're gonna get to them.
Yeah,
Hammer. We talked about it last week too. All it takes is a little bit of success to excite donors in the fan base, and you see that, like Clark Lee and Pavia, they kind of got them in the national. They were on the SEC show on Netflix or whatever it was on, and they had some wins and some upsets, and they were competitive, and boom, just like that. Now they're adding to the stadium and all that, and I think that's kind of what happened with Kentucky too. Like Stoops came there, he was successful. He had those couple 10-win seasons. Everybody's excited and all that, but his problem is he plateaued. So if Lee can keep the fan base well, he plateaued and now he's on the descent. For sure.
I was like, he hit a peak and then fell swiftly off the other side.
Yeah, it's a pretty steep downward spiral now. But yeah, and it's like you guys are saying, ton of money related to Vandy. I actually saw a thing today where Roman Reigns was talking about how much money comes from Georgia Tech people. Like everybody leaves Georgia Tech and they got a ton of money. And now that whatever that quarterback's name is has them excited, you
King.
see King, you see what they're doing down in the ACC. And so it could be the same with Vandy because they got people excited now. And yeah, ton of money available to them. So
yeah, I think I think Peabody's biggest challenge next is going to be keeping Clark Lee. Like if he's their guy, like they believe that he can get them into the playoff, and I think that's got to be their goal at this point. Not even, I mean, win the conference, yeah, it'd be nice, it'd be great, but just getting into the CFP, that's got to be their next step. It's going to be hard to hang on to him because every decent coach that's ever come through there has been snagged up. And they also snagged
maybe
up
because they didn't have the money to pay him and keep him. If they got money now, I mean, that's
right.
A big check will keep them there, right?
That's right. So, if they're serious about it, the longevity of their program, if they're serious about it and they believe that Lee is their guy, then they're going to have to drop a probably $6-8 million a year contract because somebody else will.
Correct. So yeah, they do have the resources. It's just a matter of do
if they want to use them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you care enough?
Yeah. They've always had the money. They just haven't been able to. And now that they're able to, it looks like maybe they've decided to.
Yeah. They're going to be tested though by this week, but then they got LSU at home, Missouri at home, then they go to Texas. So at least those two top 15 matchups will be at home. Texas, Auburn, Kentucky. You got to worry about that one at home. And then they close the season with y'all. That could be a massive game. If they're a 2-loss team, though, coming to Neyland, got to play in Knoxville.
I would love that.
Yeah, I would too. I'm going to be at that game, so I would very much love for them to roll in there 10-2. And it's
on
funny.
A high horse, feeling good, and then we knock them right on off of
That's
it. And that elevates us. So,
and I don't know if you have any Texas people, Rando, that tune in. They should if they don't. But Vanderbilt owns Texas historically. Like Texas is going to have to play Vanderbilt. With this rotation, it's going to take them, like I did the math on it, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 to 13 years of beating Vanderbilt every time they play them just to even the series record.
Is that because they played like eons and eons ago?
That's not important.
Or is that recent?
Vanderbilt owns Texas.
Yeah. We're talking about 50s and 60s football.
I'm talking about like the late 1800s, right? Early 1900s, but that's not that's not important. That's not the point.
Mm-hmm.
I think I hate
both
Texas more than most Tennessee fans. I'm cool if Vandy beats Texas. I cannot stand Texas because I have friends from Texas and I hate their whole we're UT. That bothers me to no end because they're not UT, and so I can't. Like for me, it's Florida and Bama, and then when we're talking football, Texas. When we're talking basketball, then it's Kentucky. But Kentucky jumps them up. But I can't stand Texas, so I'll be fine if Vanderbilt beats them. I hate Texas. I wish Arch could go off and throw for 500 yards and rush for another 200, and they still lose. Yeah, that would make me happy. I hate Texas.
I'm looking up something real quick to see.
Fake UT.
So
Rando,
Texas was established in 1883. Yep. Tennessee was 1794. I guess you guys are the real UT.
Of course we are.
History says so.
Well, the only reason they're not
SEC says so.
Universidad da Norte Tejas or Mexico. I don't speak good Italian, Rando, okay? So the only reason Texas even exists and speaks majority English is because of Tennessee. We had to bail their ass out back then.
Yeah. Rando, when I was stationed in Yuma.
Before Texas was a state.
That's right. Me and you remember Trey because you went to EWS with him.
Yeah.
He's from Texas. And so when we were stationed in Yuma, we literally would just argue about who UT is all the time. And we would just run up on random people and be like, college, UT, what does that mean? for that to prove the point, but they legitimately think they're UT, even though the SEC has spoken and calls us UT and calls them Tex. Like the SEC let them know. But anyway, yeah, I hate Texas. So I hope Vandy does beat them again.
Same.
It could happen. It very much could happen. We were talking about how Kentucky, Texas is a winnable game. As I segue into, don't do that.
Texas, probably, yeah.
Don't do that.
All right,
don't
all
do
right,
that.
Well, I'm
I was
serious.
doing.
Kentucky.
I just did some real good podcasting in that segment right there. You completely ruined it by coming at my feelings. All right.
I'm not coming at your
Who,
feeling.
me?
It's a winnable game for who? I don't think either one of y'all.
Kentucky, it's well that is potentially.
Y'all are leaving that one with a 0-0 tie.
Yeah. Hey, and that would be a win for Kentucky fans. For real. They'd probably be leaving there hooting and hollering. But so I think the stadium is going to be full, not because people are excited to watch the team play necessarily, but because it's a historic. Like this is the first ever matchup in Lexington. I think the first matchup we've had since like the 50s. And people have been planning. A lot of people wanted to go to Texas and watch them play there. But again, you're paying a bunch of money for travel and tickets for a team that wasn't very good. I think they pushed it to this year. Folks are going to be at that game in Lexington. So I think the stadium is full. Selena, it seems like there's not going to be a change at all. I understand not firing Bush Hamdan because you go from owing him $2 million in a buyout to $250K come December. So a significant difference. And you're going to need every million you can get to pay Stoops to move out of town. But not changing the play caller. We have heard nothing about any sort of change. We're just rolling the same BS out there again against Texas is what it seems like. Have you heard anything? How do you feel about that? If there was a change, would you have any confidence? Like there's frustration on my end that it seems like we're going to be status quo coming off a bye to play Texas.
It doesn't surprise me that there's no change at all. I don't think Stoops has control of anything anymore. Like it comes like he's just kind of there. You know what I mean? Like he's just there. And Mitch Barnhart can't make a decision either. Apparently, that needs to be made. I've sort of lost all hope in the football team at this point. Like
you're not alone. I mean, you see, you all the Stoops hate and wanting to move on. Even the Stoops truthers, right? The folks who
besides the one guy, he's still holding strong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even folks that were told you're not allowed to talk bad on Stoops. Those accounts are now being like, I guess maybe it's finally time that we get rid of Stoops, right?
Anyway,
but yeah, it's just like the tide has shifted where even I think the money and the people making decisions are like, it's time to go. And unless we get some wins that we don't expect, the worst thing that could happen is a 5-win or a 6-win season, I think, right? Because if that happens, I don't know that the money comes in. A 3 or 4-win season, he's gone.
Rando, we're winning one more game this year. That's it. That offense is not capable of beating anybody else besides Tennessee Tech. Like that's it. Like they're not. Like that is our one more win, and it's a 3-win season, and that is actual trash. Like there is no hope.
So I do think, I know, and if I had to, you got to lay down a significant bet on what's going to happen these next games. I'm going to lay with like, hey, this is your life savings, right? I'm in the same boat with you. My fandom, and then just thinking just football in general, we got some of those tough games at home, right? We do got to travel to Auburn, I believe. That game is in Auburn. They're not a great football team. They were weirdly ranked early on. They are not a good football team, and Hugh Freeze is not a good football coach. We also have a good football coach. That'll be a battle of just turds.
Give
Tennessee
me
Tech
some
is
hope,
undefeated.
okay? Okay,
Tennessee
listen.
Tech is
Give me
undefeated,
some
so don't-
freaking hope.
Yeah.
A smidgen, like deep much.
So just the way the football gods work, a home game, the ball can bounce in our way, and we get a win that we shouldn't.
I don't think. Here's the problem though. We're not going to have any sort of home crowd advantage because the fans aren't going to be there. They're not going to be loud. We're not going to have that to force make even a difference whatsoever, right? Like you saw what happened last year when we started losing. The crowd support was not there. It was a half empty stadium, and then they would either booed or left half of the game in the first place. So even these games that we like, maybe it doesn't matter. The fans are done. They're done, and I'm gonna kind of segue like veer for a second here a little bit. But Stoops not showing up to the radio show was bitch behavior.
Yes,
bitch behavior. Like if you're gonna put that on the field as a head coach making almost $10 million a year, then you need to step up and answer the questions people are gonna ask you. Do not run from it because that is your fault. That's on the field.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. I felt the same way. I think a lot of people felt the same way. Like I was on as soon as I got the notification popped up. Mark Stoops show was like I wanted to hear what he had to say, and then you see Brad White's face, and I'm like, well. And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm refreshing Twitter like at a cyclic rate because I'm like maybe there's a conversation being had right now. Like he's not on his radio show because he's being talked to by some folks who got some money, right? And then there was or like the conversation with Butch Chamden because there was some fodder out there that he was getting fired. ESPN Lexington put it out there, and then they deleted their stuff. And again, there seems like there's going to be no change. So you're thinking, okay, maybe he's not there because some conversations for change are happening, and then there's no change. And yeah, you just said he just decided to not go out there, which it's funny that happens. And I mean, there was some heat on Twitter, but it wasn't like blown out of proportion. You remember when Cal used to do that? Twitter, BB and Twitter crashed because it was so it's like there's not the same. And again, basketball is not football. Kentucky, we can make fun of it, and y'all do there at the bottom half of the screen, and I understand it because of where the state of the football program is. So you're not going to get the same reactions from the fans. But yeah, I 100% agree with you, Selena. Let you continue, but that's bad business. That just shows me. Especially that there's no news that came out of it on why he was going or what was going on, that he is checked out. Man, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. I mean, if the rumors are true, didn't he want to talk about leaving last year and Mitch Barnhart didn't even speak to him about it?
That's what Alan said. Alan Cutler's that's her same thing.
Yeah.
Alan Cutler, yes. So, he put it on his radio show.
What is Mitch Barnhart doing then? Like, you guys in this mess, Mitch. You signed these stupid lifetime contracts. Okay, you guys in this mess. You have a coach who wants to talk about it that clearly not performing, doesn't want to be here. So why do you make him stay?
I just don't know if they had the money last year. It seems like we do have the money.
Either, but we're up to fork up anyways. Like,
yeah.
What?
Do you believe there are reports that $36 million will come out of the sky? We'll get some blue sky money if Mitch Barnhart does decide to make the change.
I don't have faith in Mitch to make the change. To be fair, just saying.
I think he's going to have to. I don't know that at some point, if he doesn't make a change, now we're not just looking and saying because he's the one that gave Stoops that contract when the whole Texas A&M stuff was going down, right? So at some point, if you ride with Stoops too long, now it's not only is Stoops getting fired, but Bub, you're going to be gone too, right? There's I
would not be mad about a change at that position either. I wouldn't be mad about it, to be fair at all. He has made.
They want that dude from Tulane or wherever.
Some folks do.
The dude from Tulane.
He has made the decision.
John Summerall.
Yeah, him.
Oh, some folks
as the head coach. Yeah.
As a head coach. Yeah. No, I wouldn't be mad if Mitch lost his job either, because he has made some good decisions, very, very bad decisions. And he has.
Mitch isn't going to lose his job because you guys are successful in other. Remember, he's the AD. He's not the football director, right? And so he's got y'all relevant in other sports outside of football. Everybody's all
No,
excited about basketball being back and all that. And honestly, you earn so much length on your rope if you have basketball relevant for Kentucky. So terrible the way he's gone about dealing with Stoops and football and all that. But great hire with Pope, or at least it seems that way so far. You guys' baseball made the World Series last year, right? Like, I think your volleyball is good right now. So
yeah, girls all been good for a long time.
As an athletic director, he's doing well. He's just not running football well, and that's obviously frustrating.
So he is doing well as the AD, correct? But he has also had a very archaic stance on NIL that has actually set UK back behind other schools. Now we're trying to play catch up. So he fought against NIL for a really long time. And the thing with Mitch is
he's not without scandal too, right? He's not without some scandal over his
really
time.
Bad scandals, but we won't talk about that right now. Thing with him is he can make a great hire at one thing and then make a terrible hire the next one. Like, it's not consistent either, and that's been proven through football and through basketball, even like all of that. So I don't know.
He's got an issue with, like, initial hires have been good, especially as of late. Started with, obviously he brings Cal in, he brings Stoops in. Go 2 great hires. You go back, 5 years ago, you're praising Mitch for those hires still. They've been there for, at that point, a decade. The problem is, when Cal started playing around with going to UCLA and the rumors got going on, he got all nervous, and we gave him the lifetime contract that we can't get out of until he decides to go to Arkansas, even though his time here had started to run short. Same thing at Texas A&M. Stoops might go to Texas A&M. I don't know if I can find another guy. He's, all-time winning coach in Kentucky history. We got to give him this big old contract, unprecedented contract where you got to pay him $36 million, 60 days if he gets fired, right? So it's like there's this. He falls in love too quick, man. It's just like that first love where she's like, "I'm leaving." You're like, I don't know if I can find another one like this. It's like, no, you can't. There's plenty out there.
So maybe he's not even falling in love. Maybe he's just panicking. But it kind of goes to Juice's comment, like, who would be your ideal replacement? And instead of doing the appropriate thing that an AD would and do the appropriate research and all that, he's just like, there is no ideal replacement. Just stay here, which is the wrong answer. So yeah, you're probably right. There's some panic moves there, but like Coach Evans said, track, and I don't know. I'm assuming he was at the helm when Sidney McLaughlin was there, right? So like, do you take credit for having the GOAT or one of the GOATs? So track is good, and so that's, I think, his sales pitch to the president of the university when they go to fire him. He's like, well, hold on. Remember, I'm in charge of like 27 programs. So yes, this one is struggling, but our favorite program, basketball, is back relevant again. And then we're good in all this other, like, we made the World Series in baseball for the first time. Yada, like, he has proof sources to point at that at least can counter his bad decisions.
Okay. So I will counter that point with this.
Juice,
football is your moneymaker, though, right? Football funnels money into all those other sports, right? Like, so you need your team to be relevant and to do well. Even more, I mean, going to the SEC, that definitely helps, right? The TV contracts in the SEC definitely helps. But you need your football team to do good and perform well in order to keep that relevance and the money coming in, to then funnel and to uphold and like feed other sports teams, other athletic teams. So there has to be a balance there. We can't have football team being crap just because other teams are doing good, because then that's not much for the university overall. Like, there has to be a balance, and right now that balance is not great.
You are correct, and this is not me trolling, but y'all have been terrible every year except for 2 since like 93 or something. I was arguing with one of your stupid Kentucky fans on Twitter, and I took a screenshot of.
They don't need to be stupid. They can just be Kentucky fans.
They don't need to be, but they're choosing to be. and so I took a screenshot of like every season since I think 93. and all but 2 of them have been terrible. So you're not wrong that it's your moneymaker, but it's not like.
Well, I will say
it's not
terrible
like,
in today's standards, right? Prior to the college football playoff, we had 4 straight bowl appearances, 4 straight bowl wins, and that meant something back in the day. Postseason, that meant something back then.
Yeah,
it did. But I think besides the 2 10 win seasons, there was only like one other season where y'all were even 500 in SEC play. So, like, yes, you were making bowl season, but like Kentucky football, I mean, you'll have a little spurt here and there with like Hefty Lefty or Jason Campbell, right? Wasn't that his name?
We had,
he was Auburn.
yeah.
He was Auburn.
Who? You're thinking about Andre Woodson?
Andre, yeah, super
Yeah.
smooth, right? So,
Yeah.
Every couple of years there'll be a little spurt, but generally speaking, that just has not been Kentucky's calling card. And so, if you can show unprecedented success where y'all have not had it, yeah, Andre Woodson, yeah, y'all all said it. Sorry, I really liked him though. I'm not saying that you're wrong, Selena. I think if I'm Mitch, I feel like I at least have a sales pitch for why I should not be getting fired. But hey, we've never been good at football besides here and there, and I hired Stoops, and he had us good here and there. But I brought us unprecedented success in baseball. We're back in basketball. Blah blah blah.
No, I get that, but those programs aren't successful without the money the football brings in, though. Like, he can't basketball is individual by itself, but like baseball, volleyball, all that stuff is not. We don't have those things without the football money coming in. And you got to think too, it isn't. And I'm not saying we're going to be good as like win the championship, but even when Brooks was here, it was a pretty consistent bowl game every year. Like that was consistent with Rich Brooks before Stoops, and before Joker Phillips and before Stoops. Like that was consistent, and that also brings in more money to the program versus just winning 3 games saying, "Oh, an SEC, cool." Right? So there's a difference.
You're right, but Coach Evans just brought up Fran Kersey. I had no idea. I had to Google him. He coached Kentucky from 73 to 81. So, I mean, like, that's like.
But I think, it's not going to matter who you hire to replace Stoops if you're not committed with NIL.
Which is what Coach Evans talks about all the time.
These kids, right. There's very few kids outside of walk-ons and 2 and 3 stars that just get a few offers that just want to go play in their home state. It's going to be difficult regardless of who you bring in. If you can't commit the NIL money to the players, they're just going to go somewhere else because as bad as I hate it, they're more concerned about the name on the back of the shirt than they are on the front.
Well, and to be fair, Kentucky football, even if you really can't sell the name on the front of the jersey right now as like unless you can't be like, hey, you're going to go and play for Georgia and you're going to play for Bama, and those dudes get looked at to get to the league, right? You play for Tennessee, even though you haven't really done anything since the 80s. But
what
you can say
what?
Yeah, I said it. When's your last title? When's your last championship? 98. Okay,
just not the 80s.
98. I'm sorry. Just to be. I honestly thought it was 89. Anyways, doesn't matter. But my point is, I agree with everybody on here. I think, though, that Mitch has to make the move from Stoops this year. If he brings him back next year and he uses hey, we don't have the money, I think he's got to be on the hot seat. And then if he gets the football wrong again, I 100% think he's gone. Yes, he can be right in basketball, but there is a thirst for Kentucky football to do something now. And you talk about, I know there's been a resistance to NIL, and some of that has been on Mitch Barnhart, but all the word that, last year when I was super excited about this team and 10-2 and Brock Vandegrift, and, we were told they had all the money, right? We had a bunch of NIL money tied into some players, and then it was told we paid the wrong folks, right? There was now where we got groupies on the practice field.
But who told us we had the money, though?
Well, no, that wasn't just that one. I mean, that was all throughout. We had to pay We paid Dan Key a bunch of money. We hit the transfer portal. I mean, Dion got paid.
You can't cut a football program in the SEC.
What happened? I missed it.
Just said cut.
Especially
Just
as
cut
a
the
founding
football
member of
program.
the SEC. That's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
But yeah,
I mean,
I don't know. My hope for the game, or like when I talked about it being winnable, and T agreed, it's a winnable game. We have tape on what makes Arch uncomfortable. He has put a lot of film out there of the things that make him uncomfortable and make him not a great quarterback. And I think there's an argument to be made based off the competition played that Cutter Boley has played just as well as Arch has this season, right? He is progressing. His play is progressing. Arch Manning seemed to just kind of be moving along. I understand the Gators have one of the top defenses in the country, but he hasn't stood out as being, the heir apparent Manning #1 draft pick as everybody played him out to be. Now, Texas has a great defense, and our offense can't do anything. But if you remember the Georgia game last year, it was an ugly football game. We couldn't score, but we also made it so they couldn't score, and we were in it. And we were one bad Stoops decision away going forward on 4th down at the 50 to maybe even winning that ball game. So I don't expect us to win. I have completely – hope was your word, Selena. I have lost it. I can't get myself there as a fan to be convinced like I did at South Carolina, like we're going to go there and win. These are the ways to do it. I'm going to do all the research, tell you how we're going to win the ball game just to be disappointed. I don't think we can do it. I will say, though, there is a recipe for it to be done. And us not changing anything and rolling the same junk back out there again with the same staff is wildly frustrating, knowing that a change can be made and that we can potentially get a massive win, a historic win against Texas. Doesn't change the season, right? I don't think we then all of a sudden now can beat Florida or can beat Tennessee. I don't think it does anything, but there is the recipe there for us to get this one win. But like I said, I have lost faith in the staff to actually be able to go out there and do it.
Yeah, the problem I think is, and not that, I mean, we can all sit here and say, oh, I think they win or lose by this many points. That's not an end-all, be-all. But you got to believe that Kentucky's only going to be favored in one game that's left on their schedule.
Yes.
Tennessee. Tech.
Yep.
Tennessee Tech. Yeah.
But I would never in my life there
Thank
ain't
you
no
very
way.
much.
Yeah.
Selena, I'm old. You can't do that to me. Yeah, I mean, Tennessee Tech is going to be the only game that they should be favored. I mean, my God, if they're not favored in that game, Rando, I'll start feeling bad for you.
If we're not favored in that game, it's because Stoops is fired and they gave me a call. They gave me a call and say, "Hey, can you coach Kentucky this weekend?" And I'm going to say yes. And the book should be like, Kentucky's losing the game.
You should still win.
Should.
Maybe.
So,
Coach
I
said
I say that
undefeated.
to say that it's only going to keep the heat is only going to keep getting hotter on his seat. Why do you? And this is a legitimate question. This is not a bait or anything. Is why do you think they won't make a move? What would be the reason that Mitch doesn't cut ties
At the end of the season, you mean?
at any point?
Money.
Yeah.
Is the buyout?
Money.
Is that what the?
It's the 36
That's what it
million
is.
in 60 days. So I'm going to put it out there. Here's what I think is going to happen. And I think it's going to happen because we have history of it happening. Jimbo at Florida State had a massive buyout, and it had to be paid out, I think, also very quickly. If I remember correctly, were supposed to pay the money within a couple months. They negotiated, I think it was like dang near half of it up front, and then they're still paying him money, right? So he's on ACC Network still collecting a bunch of money from that buyout.
Did that happen at Texas A&M too?
I think they just paid. I think they just paid him. I think.
Yeah, I think they took up. They passed the collection plate, just paid him out.
They had a bunch of money.
Oil money's different than horse money. I'm sorry.
Oh, it is. Oil money's way different than horse money, 100%.
But Jimbo got a, they negotiated that buyout of like, hey, here's a big lump sum up front, and then we're going to pay you out over some time. So like Mitch Barnhart needs to do that, right? And I think to Selena's point, in order to potentially save his job or keep his seat cool, is like, yes, we ginned up this contract. It was a terrible contract that I did myself, Mitch Barnhart, but I negotiated us out of it. Kind of, we can get out of this thing and hey, we're going to pay him this money. So $36 million in 60 days. Instead, we're going to do, let's have it 36, 13 million.
No, 18 is
20, 18. Jeez Louise. 18 million, 20 million up front, and then we can pay the rest over some time, whatever. Math in public, I shouldn't even try. But you do that, and then potentially you can save some money. That's 26. It's okay. We good.
Just so y'all know, when we joined the Marine Corps, there was something called Math for Marines.
Yes.
And who was supposed to help Marines with stuff like that?
And it required you taking your boots off so you use your toes.
Brand new Lieutenant Rando clearly did not take his Math for Marines.
Listen, I'm pretty good. Normally math is the thing I can't read too good. I don't write too good, but normally the math thing is good. I look like an idiot. Again,
math is scary. But look, so Coach Evans said Cam U paid FSU. So they both Texas A&M paid his FSU buyout and his $100 million. They paid a lot of money to acquire him and even more money to get rid of him.
To fire him.
I forget
$1 million if I remember correctly. Like it was a stupid amount of money.
Did they pay him like 72 to leave?
Yeah, it was in the 70 million range somewhere.
Crazy.
But let me ask you this, Rando. With that said, let's say that Mitch negotiates that out, that they do a third to half up front, and then they pay out for the next 10 years, whatever that looks like. Does that set Kentucky back in what they're going to be able to offer the next coach?
Not if it's the right hire, right? So if you can hire a Lee at Vandy, if you can hire a Signetti at Indiana, if you can do that hire who can come in there and turn the program around, I think you make it's Selena and I talked about it before. It's similar to the Pope hire, right? Where all of a sudden Cal is leaving. Now we didn't have to. He went to Arkansas. We got out of some of that money, but all of a sudden it's like we don't even know where the program's going. We're talking about paying $11 million per year to get Dan Hurley out of UConn, and then overnight it was Pope's going to make $5 million a year, and everybody's like, Pope from BYU? Like, yeah, he's the captain of the championship team, but this dude. And then he showed up. And we heard him talk, and he brought all these players in. He did it, and now money's funneling in, right? I mean, it was exaggerated, but we're here in the offseason, $20 million NIL budget, right, for the basketball team.
Yeah, which is more than the football team.
Yes, and now I think $20 million was way exaggerated, but I think there's still a bunch of money that was put towards that basketball team because Pope has all the fame. So if you get the right dude in there, I think the money comes in there. The rev share becomes maybe more equally split for the way the football roster is compared to a basketball roster. There's other ways to make that money. So, but Mitch has got to get it right. If he gets it wrong and, there's no turnaround and we're the same or worse, no, then yes, we are set back. So the fire has to happen. Stoops has run his course. It is what it is. Like this is his last season at Kentucky.
So basically what I heard was, and I don't say this disrespectfully, but basically what I heard was you're going to have to hire a group of 5 coach and hope you get it right.
No, well, I mean, so there's other options. So I really like Will Stein from Oregon. He's from Louisville. That offense is buzzing. You got, you're coaching under Dan Lanning, who I really, really like and respect. I think he's like a leader of men. So I think you can get an OC who's been, like Kirby Smart's a great coach. he was under Nick Saban. No one knew if he was going to actually be able to translate, but he did. He turned Georgia around. Like Mark Richt was a good coach. He just couldn't get over the hump, right? And then Kirby comes in there and wins him a championship. So I think you could find that guy. Maybe it's a group of 5 coach, but I really think, I think there's some OCs out there that can come in there and do something big. TBA bigger than Rump. God. Juice, you're not coming on next week. You keep pushing these buttons. All right, my guy.
That is correct.
But that's factual information. You can't get mad at Juice for stating facts. I mean,
it's not.
You need a few more. You need a few more chevrons in there, Juice.
You get me started being sassy about freaking basketball. Okay, when I'm not there yet.
You're gone. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, what happened? Oh no, what happened?
Okay,
I've hit my limit. I've hit my limit
sooner than later.
Yes, it was sooner.
But yeah, so I think it's possible. But again, Mitch has got to find football people, right? I don't think he can make the hire himself. He's clearly, he's got to surround himself with some football people. Hey, who do we think? Yes, Gruden is the pipe dream. Maybe, I don't know. Like, he's great on the internet right now. He comes in there, and who knows if he's still got it as a coach. It's going to be entertaining, but like all those like coaches are pipe dreams. But realistically, I think there's some OCs out there, and maybe it is John Summerall. I like him as a coach. I get nervous about having a defensive guy again back leading the team, but he's done really well at Tulane, and if he's a leader of men and can galvanize a team, and even if your OC leaves after a couple of years because he does good, like, then you just find another one, man, and that's been proven. Nick Saban did it, so yeah, Stoops has got to go though. Thank you for your service, my guy. We had some exciting wins, some exciting seasons under you, but you clearly don't enjoy coming to work, and we clearly don't enjoy watching you work. So
does he get a statue?
You know what?
I think he's.
I
think he's killed it.
Okay.
I think if he comes back,
let me rephrase. Not if he will or not. Would you all give him a statue? Would you personally, Rando and Selena, give him a statue?
No.
I would, or at least I would give him some. I don't know, a statue. I would give him some recognition. Coach, good grief. I would give him some recognition. Statue's probably a little bit too much. Like, he ain't Tom Brady. He's not Nick Saban. He's, he didn't win a title. He didn't even win the SEC one year, right? Which would have been massive for Kentucky. But I do think he gets some recognition. He gets, into a Ring of Honor. You could potentially name the field. That, like, you could do something. I mean, look, and again, I'll go back to Jimbo. Florida State fans hated this dude when he left. Hated him. He walked in to Doak Campbell last weekend and got a standing ovation. So, like, time will heal the wounds, right? So, like, we hated Rick Pitino. He coached at Louisville.
There are a lot of people that still do hate him. No, a lot still hate him.
But you saw what happened when he walked in to Rupp Arena and got a standing ovation when Mark Pope said, "Hey, you will love this man again," and he called Kentucky Camelot. We were like, "You are forgiven." Even though you have Louisville tattoo on your shoulder, you will be forgiven, as So I think time will heal those wounds. He will come back. Statue's probably a little bit too much, but I do think he'll get the recognition for even the couple of seasons that he had at Kentucky, because, like you mentioned, T, historically, a good season was one win above 500 and a bowl game win, not 10-2 beating some premier SEC teams in the country. So I think he does get recognized. All that being said, it's just the sun has set, my guy. It is what it is, man.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Very well.
I wouldn't, because as Vic said, he does have an overall losing record too. So.
Well, and his best team still lost to Tennessee, so you can't give him too much praise and credit for that, because you can't.
Well,
you can't be 2-9 against your biggest rival.
Well, second biggest rival. I think he does have a winning record against Louisville, which holds some weight.
Never heard of her.
Me neither. Them losing this weekend was phenomenal. They should have lost to Pitt too. That was the one thing that gave me joy was watching Louisville fans. Not
Yeah,
only did they lose in football,
Black was in shambles in our group chat. He's just furious
Yep.
with Miller Moss, and
not only did they lose the football game, they whiffed on Nate Ament that came to Tennessee after he was locked to go to Louisville. Tay Kenny was locked to go to Louisville. Where's he from, Selena?
Where?
Tay Kenny.
I don't
Right
know.
down the road. He's from right. I mean, layup. Adidas guy. Adidas contract, still couldn't get him. Tyron Stokes, locked to Kentucky, was originally locked to Louisville. So they are just, Louisville fans are in absolute shambles right now. And if you go look at their Twitter, it is just cope season for them, and it's phenomenal. It just makes me feel better. We can suck as much as we want to in football in Lexington. Seeing them in pain, just it's like even. It's even for me. I'm all good.
Dude, I hate the checkerboards. Like, legit hate them. They could go away forever for all I care.
well, because it doesn't look good in blue and white.
When you copy somebody else's, stuff,
You're not going to do it right.
I don't like the orange and white either. So
yes, you do. Yeah, you love it.
no, I don't.
You love it, and that's fine.
I call a checkerboard anything.
You don't like these? Hold on a second.
What are you pulling out?
I don't know.
These are the deer and foxes. You don't like that checker? I love the checkerboard, man.
I hate the checkerboard anything.
Deer and fox Lexingtons. That's just I can just pull out shoes.
That's a great
Who
shoe.
makes
It's not a
this
weird
shoe? What kind
pattern.
of shoe is that?
Steph Curry.
those still on
Under
sale
Armour.
on Temu.
Don't disrespect my shoe game. All right, you just coming on here. My players, my team, my shoe. I gotta have something, man.
That's a nice Shea Gilly
You have
jersey
the
you got
biggest
hanging up
muscles,
back there. I
Rando,
like
okay?
that. I like me some
I got two.
SGA. I like me some
I love
SGA, Rando.
SGA special.
Don't
I
do
got
that,
another one.
Coach Evans. Don't do that. Don't do that. Nobody knows.
He must. Yep.
The SEC already told us. The SEC said who UT is. I don't even understand why this is even a discussion anymore. The conference told us who UT is.
This is
Well,
not. This
we
chat
do
is
have NBA
is
season.
derailed.
NBA season's coming up. I got an extra one of these.
That's what we do.
I teased it before. We are gonna do a giveaway on the All UK Ball side. We'll do it from the Border Rival side or the Heavy Port side, Heavy Pour Sports side.
The Heavy Port Sports side, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do because we'll hit up the OKC fans and the Kentucky fans and even Hammer because he's an SGA fan. So yeah, we're gonna do that giveaway. I have missed on all of Shay's shoes. I can't. That's very frustrating for me. So Hammer, if you don't know, I got a shoe problem. I have a bunch, especially the Kentucky shoes and Kentucky players' shoes. But Shay's shoes, because he's like a fashion guy, even non-basketball dudes sell out. I've missed on all of them. And if you want to rebuy them, they're like $400, which I can't get around to doing. But we're gonna give the Shea jersey away. We got some State Line Co stuff we're gonna give away too. Basketball season is starting, and Kentucky fans love basketball's NBA season because it is Big Blue National Basketball Association. Every team's got a Kentucky guy on there, and Tennessee players can't even find the court, so they don't even have value according to NBA Central. Dalton Connect sucks apparently. So.
Okay, you were just on Twitter defending him, so don't try that now.
I will never understand NBA evaluations in nowadays. I don't get it. It's all potential, and we don't actually look at how people actually are playing. But
I told you what it is with Dalton Connect. When you play with LeBron and Luka, the only thing that fits with them is 3-and-D guys, and that is not what Dalton Connect is at all. Dalton Connect is a creator with the ball in his hand. He can shoot, but he's not a spot up dude. Like, that's Chaz. So Dalton needs to be somewhere where they can let him make some things happen for himself. And he's definitely not a lockdown defensive guy. So he just does not fit with the Lakers. He just needs to go somewhere where he can make it happen.
LeBron even playing for the first month.
That being said, for some reason he was getting compared to Reed Shepherd, and Reed could not find the court last year. So
In the G League, he could.
Yeah.
Listen, Reach Everett special. You see him, you see him play today? Come on.
TBD. Hey, that's right, Juice.
And,
Tobias is better than Anthony Davis. Let's go. Let's go.
Stop it.
Let's go.
Hey, well, being on the court is half the battle, right? I mean, you actually have to be able to physically step out on the court. So
AD does have a hard time.
I want whatever crack Juice is on.
He certainly was able to step out on the court in 2012 when he was the best college basketball player ever, maybe, and won its title. So
here's Kentucky living in their decade plus history again.
You're just saying, Tobias Harris?
Was Tobias Harris sprained pinky to inflamed uterus in the last 10 years? Like, he can't stay on the court.
No, everybody knows that AD is special, but yeah, the best ability is availability, and that's where he struggles.
Thank you.
And that's gonna hurt his overall legacy.
Same with Embiid. Dude,
yes,
I know he's Kansas. He don't care, but he just needs.
Well, Zion can't stop eating freaking food to save his life. So
you put that boy in New Orleans, man. He's got all the that's good eating down there. You got beignet and gumbos. I'd be fat down there too.
Nothing. Okay, that man just can't stop eating food. I can't wait for the women.
Crawfish head down. Man, it's tough. It's tough.
Okay.
All that guy does. I think it's jack up babies. That's all he's.
That's literally all he does.
Yeah. Hey. And he got paid to do it.
A lot.
Paid to do it. Yep. Yeah, all that was for is saying that we're almost at basketball season. Thank God. All right, because we'll actually have some positive things to talk about from the upper half of the screen here. But it's another good one. I appreciate y'all jumping on here. If you're watching on X, please go over to Heavy Pour Sports YouTube page and our TikTok page. Subscribe. It means a lot to us. Hammer's got a page. Tell them where to find it, Hammer.
You can find the podcast on YouTube, just dropping the Hammer. And then there's also a podcast Twitter page. It's at DTH Podcast. So all my guys that participate and come in there are linked to that as well. So appreciate any kind of follow, subscribe. Means a lot to us as well. And as always, Rando and Selena, appreciate you inviting me, having me on. It's my second favorite night of the week. So
Hammer's gonna help line y'all pockets, man. So go follow.
That's right.
Yeah, he's hitting. Do you have a lock for us? Do you have a Heavy Pour Sports lock of the weekend?
Well, I hate to be that guy and blow my own horn here, right? But 2-0 last night.
Better than blowing someone else's horn.
That's right. 4-0 tonight. So we're off to a 6-0 start. I'll give you some low-hanging fruit that I really like this week, and that is Maryland to cover 6.5 points against Nebraska.
Okay. Not a Mahomes Jr. fan, huh?
No, it's more about their defense. They are terrible against the run, and this Malik Washington kid for Maryland, like he's legit. He's the real deal, and I don't know if they can necessarily pull that game out, but I think they keep that within a touchdown. And my upset of the week is Missouri straight up over Bama in Columbia.
Missouri does have that really good running back too, though, don't they?
Hardy, right? Is his name?
I
He's
despise
special.
all things Dorkwitz, Mizzou. I've been trying to trade them all season to another conference for, an FCS team, a used dryer, a ham sandwich. Doesn't even have to be premium. Give me store brand bread and meat. It doesn't have to be anything special. Just anybody, please. I'm trying to trade these jokers because
Boar's Head is too much to ask.
Oh yeah, great value, or just the pack that's in white that with black letters that says ham. That's fine. But I gotta give these guys their due. This is a solid football team. They're balanced. It is tough to go to Columbia, Missouri, and play. We've had our troubles there. I think Bama coming off a big emotional win against Vanderbilt, followed by the big emotional win they had with Georgia.
Yeah.
I think they might be ripe for a pick.
Man, Kalen DeBoer would lose all the good grace he just earned over the last 2 weeks too.
Yeah,
Oh my
it would be a terrible time to drop a game going into the following weekend. So
yeah.
but I
will
think
say Ty
Missouri's
Simpson
alive in
seems to be. I agree. The Missouri is a very good team, and that they're a dangerous team to go play in their stadium. Ty Simpson does seem to be progressing, right? And into the quarterback we thought he was going to be under the Kalen DeBoer system. But yeah, we'll see how it's going to go. Everybody, Bama, y'all, Georgia. It's it's like us in basketball. You come to their house, you're going to get the best environment, like you're going to get the best of them, because that win means something for your resume, whether it's just for those dudes who are playing that game or for the season, right? So either legacy or for that individual season, depending on how it works out. Winning that game means something to say, hey, I beat Bama. So, Amber, appreciate those locks. I won't ask you about Tennessee to covers. That's just I respect you. That's bad juju. So you can't be betting on your own team like that. I've learned
Tennessee by 30.
Okay, well, he put out the bad juju himself, so there it is.
I did it last night
Missouri.
already. I'm not scared.
Just stating facts.
That's right.
Yeah.
Before we sign off, this came out from Shams. My sister Jean passed away from Loyola.
Oh man.
Loyola fan. Dang.
She's 106.
Golly.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Lived a good life.
God bless her.
Yeah, that for sure. I don't know if I want 106 years on this earth, to be quite honest.
I don't either.
I don't.
I mean, I'm glad she seemed to live a good. She was a full 106. By the time I get to 66, I'm probably gonna I'm gonna be able to do less than what she did. So
Yep. She's full 106. Yeah, he just tweeted that like less than 5 minutes ago.
Well, shout out, rest in peace, enjoy heaven. Let us know how it is. Go Cats. What an ending. What an ending. This show sucks.
Juice.
This show sucks.
Appreciate y'all.